Here, founder of Power Your Research, an academic branding company, where I help academics and educators increase their visibility, authority, and income without the expense of a publicist. And I'm excited about this video because while I don't teach that you should be doing free speaking engagements unless you have a set criteria in which you say yes or no to those speaking engagements, I do think it's important, not think, I do know it's important that when you do free speaking engagements, you're actually getting value from it that is equal to $3,500 or more. And there are ways that you can do this to maximize the value of you showing up for a speaking engagement when you are not being paid or when you're not being paid enough. There's lots of things you can do, and there's some things you can request before doing the speaking engagement that really won't cost the organization too much extra money. Now, I'm going to share 4 tips, but there's lots more. So here we go. The first thing is get your speaking engagement recorded professionally. And so if they're not going to record it with a videographer, you do want to ask at least if they have a photographer that can take professional pictures. And the reason is because you're doing this free speaking engagement, but if you can get a high quality video with audio or professional photos, now you have lots of social media content to sprinkle around the internet so you can maximize that exposure on your own platforms. You can take clips and share it on YouTube. You can take the whole video because it's professional and put it on your YouTube page. Take little 30-second reels and have Instagram and LinkedIn content. That is super valuable for you because other people are going to see it and be inspired to hire you for an actual speaking engagement that is going to be paying you what you are worth. The second tip is ask to be featured on their newsletter or social media outlets. Now, you might think in this time period that an organization will automatically blast you across their platforms, but I am seeing that that is not the case unless you have a conversation with them up front. You want to ask that organization, in this case it might be a higher ed institution, hey, I want you to create a graphic for this speaking engagement, and I want to request that you share it with the mailing list. I want to request that you put it across all of the social media platforms so I can maximize the exposure because you're doing this speaking engagement for free. And then you too can use those graphics on your own social media platforms, which minimizes you having to do any work to create a graphic. The name of the game is an online presence. The name of the game is creating social media content so you can attract more opportunities. The third thing you really, really need to do is ask for testimonials. Now, I'm seeing some of my clients ask for testimonials and they're actually getting the testimonials, but then you're not doing anything with them. So you need to have the organization promise that they will give you testimonials, whether it be from the audience or whether it be from the actual organizers. And once you get these testimonials, you might have to follow up a couple times to make sure you get them. You can use an easy Google form to send them where they can type in the testimonials. You actually want to make that standard for all of your speaking engagements to just follow up with a method for them to submit the testimonials. Once you get the testimonials, you want to create a little graphic with the testimonials and the image of the organizer or even the university that you spoke at or the logo for whatever organization you spoke for, and then you're going to share that on your social media platforms. This is super important. One, it signifies to your audience that you're open for speaking engagements and want to do them. Some of you want to do a lot more speaking engagements, but nothing about your social media platform is telling the audience that you want to. So by putting that graphic out there with the testimonial, it shows people that you want to do more of this and you're serious about it. And then it shows how awesome you are because you have social proof. A testimonial is nothing but social proof. And people don't buy anything unless there's social proof. That's why there's so many fake reviews on Amazon, because organizations understand that you need 5 stars and you need social proof from real people. All right. And then the fourth tip is to sell your products or books from the back of the room. So if you're going to do a free speaking engagement, you should get the go ahead from the organizer to sell your books from the back of the room. This doesn't even mean that you necessarily mention your book during your speaking engagement. It just means that after the event, as people walk out the door, they see your books on the back table. And if you did a good job and provided some awesome value during your speaking engagement, which I know you will, people will want to buy your book. You also can ask the organization to buy 50 of your books in exchange for charging them an actual fee. Now, for this idea, you might have to pay an assistant or a student to stand in the back of the room and actually sell your books with a payment system, right? So they can swipe their card. So that is one caveat to selling books to the back of the room. Or if you're a real hustler, you could go to the back of the room after your speech and say, "Hey, I'll be in the back of the room to talk with everybody. I have books in the back," and you can sign them and check people out on your own. Just make it work for you. Make that free speaking engagement about equity, the equity that you can get out of this transaction so that you can level up. All right, so I hope this helps. Go ahead and implement those on your next free or low paid speaking engagement. But remember, you are worth more than a free or low paid speaking engagement unless there's a real good reason for you to be doing that. Again, my name is Dr. Sheena Howard. I'm the founder of Power Your Research, an academic branding company where I help academics and educators increase their visibility, authority, and income without the expense of a publicist.